Chinese poems have movements.
It's the Xunyan dance performance.
No way.
You have to learn Shen Yun?
And you have two spinning plates?
What do you guys, as Asian women, feel about the neck shark complaint that like Asian girls won't date Asian guys? Have you heard that?
I mean, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. It's not very often that we get two girls of, Taiwanese.
Are you guys into Asian guys? Or
I never was. No.
Never was what?
so it's just the perfect person.
They don't like that. Yeah.
What did she say? Never was what?
Never was into Asian guys. But I've dated some. I have.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait,
so you never were, but you actually dated. What's that? Wait, how does that work?
But okay, Arcadia High, it's
yeah.
like
It's nothing but
80% Asian.
Yeah, limited option.
That's true. Yeah,
There's not a lot to choose from.
I see. But what does that mean to not be into them, but you still dated them? So like, that's interesting.
No. It's not my first. Okay, that's gonna sound bad.
You're gonna say?
Hold on.
It's your spare tire.
No.
Sometimes you gotta ride that spare tire.
No.
But there's gotta be some attractiveness to be able to do it, right?
If you're asking for initial, like, what my preference is, that would not be my
Gotcha.
first choice. But
Okay.
I like just human beings. So, like, I'm not like, oh, you're Asian, you're out. Like, I wouldn't do that.
That's hilarious, though.
You're out.
But I think that is whatever, like, that thing is where it's like, oh no, I don't want to date Asian men because whatever the, I don't know, back then it was like, oh, they're not as manly or
Yeah,
whatever
that was like
it
the stereotype.
Which now is like completely the opposite because of like
Too manly.
K-pop.
They hit you now.
I was thinking more K-pop now. Everyone wants
Oh,
to date,
K-pop.
like-
Oh, yeah, K-pop. My bad. Yeah, K-pop did a really good thing for them.
Yeah.
Are you
Now-
into Asian guys or no?
I've dated Asian men. I don't really have like a preference, like ethnicity or whatever. So
It's just whoever's cool, whoever
yeah.
aligns.
Whoever's less Asian.
No, the guy that I dated in college was Cantonese.
Oh, wow. Is that allowed if you're Taiwanese?
Rivals.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an issue between.
That was my parents.
Oh.
My mom's Taiwanese, my dad's Cantonese. And my mom thought my dad was a villager.
Wait, does your dad speak Cantonese around you?
With his family, yes. But at home we spoke Mandarin.
Doesn't it sound like they're always yelling and
Always.
angry at each
Yeah,
other?
always yelling, always angry. That's what it sounds like. And they have less rules than Taiwanese families do. So it was like, it felt like my mom was always like, fucking
But
savages. But to the outside world, it's just Chinese people.
That's right. Yeah.
I would go to my ex's like house and then like his dad would come over and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? Like, should I not be here? It's like, no, he's asked what we want for lunch. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought he was.
What does that sound like? How do you say, what do you want for lunch?
There's just, the tones are like, no, wait, wow. Wow. It sounds like that.
Like German.
Fried rice. It's like German.
Like they were
Because
going
German
at
sounds
you.
angry.
Oh, yeah.
And then like deal, like it's fuck, and they say it in regular language. You could be like at the bank, and they're like, oh, like, can you see if I have an overdraft? And they're like, dude. Imagine going to Bank of America, and they're like, hey, can you look on my account? And they're like, fucking shit. Like, that's how crass the language is.
They really just say fucking normal vocabulary?
In everyday life, dude. Like, fucking, you go to a seafood store, and they're like, hey, you want this lobster in the bucket? And then let's say the lobster a little bit small. Dude. Like, that's normal.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, D-E-U-D-E-I-U, dude.
How many D's?
But it means fuck. And that's how crass the language is. Everyone's just saying fuck all the time.
Damn.
Fucking
Well,
shit.
fuck.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
But then, like, so a Taiwanese person would see that and be like, God.
There's almost no cuss words. There's almost zero cuss words in Mandarin.
There is.
Like what?
There
Tamada.
That's like your mom.
Okay, to be fair, I don't know that much Yeah, I don't know.
Like they'll be like bendan. That's like stupid
That's
egg.
stupid.
Stupid egg.
Yeah.
Is that really what that means?
Yeah. But Cantonese is like fuck your mom. You fucking like
Yeah.
F word that you can't say anymore.
Wow.
I've always been taught that Mandarin is like more proper and Cantonese is like the dirtier,
Wow.
Yeah.
like
Cantonese is crazy.
Chinese
It's
dialect.
pretty dirty, right?
It's pretty dirty, apparently.
Fuck your old
Wait,
mom.
do you speak Mandarin still?
Still, yeah, I speak.
Only
I'm
Filipino or
conversational.
Do you have a Tagalog accent when you speak it?
What did you grow up speaking out in the house?
Mandarin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then I would like respond to my mom in English, and I went to school, Chinese school, for 10 years, and that was such a waste of money because I used to read, write, and like we would like recite these like
Chinese
poem,
opera?
like no, not opera, just like the Chinese poems, but like with the movements and stuff. And I used to be really good, and now could not do a single thing.
Like none of it stuck.
Literally none of it.
Chinese poems have movements.
It's the
Yeah.
the Xunyan dance performance.
No way.
No.
I'm
That's what
just
you learned.
You have to learn Shen Yun? Oh, so
7,000 years of Chinese history.
And you have two spinning plates.
That's what she did.
That's
We're
Chinese.
reciting a poem.
I think the what were you saying earlier? The OG question, right?
Yeah,
I had some backup question
Because
for it,
that complaint is so prominent among Asian guys that they're so mad that like Asian women have a preference against them.
I think it's interesting is like when I've heard Asian girls have preferences or whatever, right? It's mostly, at least the ones that I ran into, are the ones that grew up around like mostly white or whatever, or they're adopted.
Yeah.
So they feel comfortable in that world versus like actually dating an Asian guy is maybe foreign to them. So I've heard that before, but I haven't heard the other part where, you know, some of these guys say that girls are like, they hate their own culture or whatever.
Yeah, that's the complaining guy that says that.
Right. But then I think it's interesting to hear from like someone's perspective of, I mean, everyone has different preferences, right? That's normal.
Yeah, everyone's allowed to.
I've got different porn searches.
But like for you, for example, you grew up in a pretty much all Asian neighborhood, right? So like when did you get, I guess even like that chance to date or like meet guys that if you're only around Asian guys all the time, like you had to go to college or like
Yeah.
outside?
It wasn't
It was college.
all Asian.
But also, I
Yeah.
started
There's a
dating
lot.
outside in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But also, I mean, what you're saying might have. So my stepdad is Cuban, so I grew up in a mixed family. Although I did spend, I mean, it's predominantly Asian, but I guess I did have some sort of mix in my upbringing.
So are you, what's your preference? You like Cuban guys now? Because they're like white guys? Like,
Cuban guys.
black?
Cuban Filipinos.
Well, my husband is white,
Yeah.
so
So that's your preference.
yeah. But it was never specific to like, oh, that's a white guy. All right, I'm gonna go for that guy. Like, it was, you know,
You just notice what you're naturally
Yeah, I
attracted
think that's what
to.
those guys are imagining though.
That's what I thought when I saw Paul Walker.
Yeah.
When I saw Paul Walker, I was like, man, if I was a girl, I'd go after that guy.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, Paul Walker, come on.
But I also think these dudes are tripping because you know there's a ton of like TikToks of like black chicks, Hispanic chicks. They're like, I like Asian dudes, but they don't come and talk to me.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just shy ass
same
dudes.
thing.
Yeah, it's just shy ass dudes in general, regardless of what race you are.
They're
If you're
just-
if you're not
they're-
out there talking to people, no one's gonna get to know who you are.
They're just butthurt. Because I just remember, like, years ago I was at a club and some guy was, like, trying to talk to me and I was, like, not interested. Like, you don't buy me a drink. It's like, what? You don't like Asian guys? And I'm like, what? It's like,
Can I just not like you?
Yeah, how about just you? I don't like
It's
you.
not like you, George.
Definitely not a George.
Yeah.
I was like, where did this come from? And I was just like, okay, like, don't talk to me anymore.
That's also insecurity. Because, like, I think, I forgot where I saw this, but there was a clip, and it was a girl talking about how she didn't want to date Asian guys because it reminded her of the. Like,
Yeah, there's
her
a paternal
brother,
instinct, yeah.
Or, like, something off like that, right? Or, like, girls with. I guess they might have ran into a girl that said that in the past. But I think that's rare. Like, most people that, like, prefer a certain type, they're not doing it because they're disgusted or like someone, you know, like I think most people will date, but then like they just prefer, like you dated Asian guys, but you prefer a white guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think it's the initial attraction. It's not even it's not even prefer. Like
like physical attractiveness.
yeah. Like if you guys are like, if you like boobs or butts, like it's like the same, you know. I feel
that's what I'm wondering, like why
Just trying to be so straight. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, now you're speaking my language.
Now it makes sense.
guys have preferences too, right?
Yeah, guys have preferences too.
yeah.
We have cultural preferences, we have like body preference and types.
Yeah.
Why is it that when women do, it's all of a sudden weird?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And it's funny, like we were always joking about, like, I think we have enough Asians in the world too. Like we're not running short that we need to make sure we make pure Asians right now.
Well, most of the people that I know are in mixed relationships.
Yeah.
Like mixed, like, you know, couples like
Like, hey, he's a product of it.
yeah, he's a product of one.
Yeah.
But also, are we talking about like, when we talk about Asians, it's like, are you also talking like different types of Asians? Like,
Right,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like,
Oh, like mixed
Chinese,
with yeah,
Japanese,
that's
guys.
true.
like those. Yeah, like you're half Chinese, half Cambodian.
That's a good point because it's our for parents' generation. That's even rare.
Yeah.
That's considered interracial in our parents. Yeah.
That's true.
Because like, yeah, Japanese is like that's all they do. When they come to America, they still and then so you're a product of like some revolutionary shit right here, dude.
1%er, baby.
So when a girl is not interested in you, you say, what, you don't like black guys, or you say Asians?
Whichever the opposite she is, usually.
Did your dad ever tell you what he saw in your mom?
No.
Really?
You never asked?
That little Asian thing.
Talk to him like that. Have a seat, son.
No, it's funny though because they met roller skating, which is I think is funny.
That's so cute.
That's really cute.
I was like, that's
Here or
no in Japan.
Rolled up to her and
In
was like,
Japan, that's dope.
I guess I don't know. I don't really know the full story. They had a mutual friend, which is like another black dude. So my mom knew this dude, and then he knew my dad.
How come your mom knew so many black dudes?
I was like,
Well, Okinawa, right? So my mom's from Okinawa, so it's like
Yeah.
mainly like
Oh.
mostly American. Like
Mostly black dudes.
there's a lot there just because of the military.
Maybe your mom's like, I have a black preference.
you know what though? In Hawaii, so at my shop Jumbi, I want to say like
he's so uncomfortable.
we had
I
about
know,
5 or
I'm fucking
6
sweating.
Blasians. Yeah. Because the military.
Right.
Like a lot of military kids, you know, they find love out in Asia and stuff, and then they
all like gorgeous.
Yeah.
Blasians, man.
yeah.
Thanks.
Because we look like. I said that.
I should ask them that question. I never really asked.
Dude,
You've
that would be
never
so
asked?
funny.
Well, like my
He's
dad,
like roller skating.
yeah, it's really funny. I mean, like, I don't know. My dad was never home often, so I never really got to ask these questions. So, but yeah,
He's militarying away.
Would he like respond well to being asked that at this point, do you think?
probably.
Yeah.
This might be the right time after his like testosterone calmed
Yeah.
down. He's like a regular ass dude.
Exactly. I mean, I've always wanted to ask him more about like his work and stuff, and like what he does. Like,
His dad is a special forces, like military.
Whoa.
Did you ask your mom? Did you ask your mom? How come you only date black guys?
Like he's mad about the result.
yeah.
no. So the crazy.
What's
thing
wrong with Japanese guys?
Is, so what the crazy thing is, I think that my mom's only been in one relationship and has been with my dad.
That's my mom too.
Wow.
They were in school together.
Wow.
And my mom's like, I was number 1 in the class and your dad was number 2.
Ooh.
She's like, but he was number 1 male. So it's like,
That means she dated down in Taiwanese.
She gave him a chance.
I gave her
they met when they were 18 and then the rest is history.
In high school?
I think college.
College?
Yeah.
Wow.
But is your mom like? Is she kind of like you should date an Asian guy? Does she care?
My mom is very like, she's like, don't have kids, don't get married unless if you really, really want to.
Don't have kids, don't get married.
Like she's not.
Don't they want grandkids and stuff?
No.
No?
They don't care. Yeah, they're very like, unless you really want to, it's a big commitment, and I'm not your caretaker.
What did you do to her?
No, it wasn't me.
He's like, don't have kids, okay, at all.
Not at all.
You're gonna regret it.
Just make sure you want one.
No, but it was always like, don't think that we are we're not,
don't
like,
have the pressure of it
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
They're
No
like,
pressure.
yeah, they're like, I don't care.
That's so un-Asian.
I
from them.
know.
Very un-Asian, yeah.
Because I swear, Asian parents are like, they don't even care about your situation. They just want babies. They're like, you don't have a husband? Well, you could still have a kid, right? They're like, oh, you're broke, you don't have any money? Well, you could still have kids. That doesn't cost anything. Damn. What do they eat, like this much?
No, where like a lot of people are like, just have the kid, we'll watch it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, not.
But your mom's like, don't have the kid because
No,
I ain't
like,
watching.
I don't know. I've never dealt with that, so
That's cool that she doesn't pressure you about that. Yeah.
and I have a niece now, and I definitely feel like sometimes my mom is doing what she didn't want to do, like babysitting a lot and whatnot.
She doesn't want to do that?
No, she does. Like she'll do it,
she
but
does.
she's like really tired after, and she's like kind of like.
She's like, this sucks.
Don't have kids!